Well, things are heating up in the lead up to AI Day #2, including an image that Dennis Hong from UCLA shared with everybody as a preview for AI Day #2 with a little extra information in the background. And in that light, Dr. Scott Walter was kind enough to take a look at the image as he was packing to leave to get out of the way of Hurricane Ian. Let's take a look. Hey y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All. Guess who I'm with again? Gee, Scott, you're like you're becoming my partner on this channel rather than a guest. And we're going to do this really fast because we got some little information that popped up in the AI Day picture that was kind of tagged along with this. Could be potentially part of the Teslabot arm. We want to talk about it, but we want to talk about it quickly because you're evacuating very shortly.
I'm evacuating very soon. Right after this, I'm taking my antenna down because SpaceX says anything above 65 miles per hour, and we see more than 65 miles per hour, they do not recommend it. I'll even get an email that everyone that's in a particular area, we're getting email notifications as I take your antenna down. So yeah, that was really pretty nice. But
that's actually excellent. Good.
Yeah, and also in the comment section of the previous video, someone brought this up as well. So it's like, all right, we've got to cover it, and you had already seen it as well. Right. And it came from solving the money problem.
Yeah, Stephen Mark Ryan was like right on it for that, and it was in the background the whole time, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. You know, when I looked at the picture.
Yes.
But
so this is the invite, right? That you got.
No, this is an extra sort of teaser. I never got this image. I'm not sure who put it together. I don't know if it was
well, supposedly it was part of maybe the final ticket. Did you actually
I have not gotten they said the final QR code was going out.
Maybe that's what it is. Is that
so it's possible, it'll come out with that. So anyway.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So evidently looking right closely here, there is something intriguing. The other thing I want you to notice is that all the robots look like the normal robots. They haven't really changed the design. Right. So if there's been a radical change in the design, they didn't tell anyone here.
Right. They didn't tell their 3D artists who kept the old
exactly.
last year.
Exactly. So they go ahead and kept it. So there's a little bit of a zoom in to here, and this is some kind of mechanism.
Yes.
Very, very hard to tell, and I had to stare at it for hours. And my first reaction was it's absolutely nothing, and then I thought about it a bit more. And I'm wondering if it might be the elbow mechanism.
Right.
So I'm going to highlight a few things on here, but we can see what is kind of this yoke here, which is got some sort of joints going through it. And if I go to the next one here, you can see my crude drawings here. So these black outlines here is I'm seeing what looks like some sort of cylinder that goes down here, and I'm assuming has a joint that goes through it that allows it to continue, to wobble back and forth like we've seen before in the other mechanisms.
In your mind, it's upside down. So like the downstream part is the hand. The hand would be below.
Who knows? Yeah. Who knows? And and whether this is, I don't think this is up at the shoulder. It could be wrong there as well. It could be that the elbow joint is actually way down here, and I'm misinterpreting something, because this mechanism up here is rather interesting. You've got an axis of rotation through here, and I've sort of flagged these three different things because you can see these three different mechanisms that are probably connected to something else that could be going further on down there. One of them is probably somehow pinning it to this overall kind of back there. Be careful how I hit my mouse here. Is that there's kind of a 4-bar linkage sort of set up here in some way potentially, or maybe a triangular. And then I think we can see, okay, so right along here, we can see there's another pin joint, which this thing is probably attached to. Right. And you get this other axis here, and there's probably something that sticks out over here. Something probably rotates there and then rotates along here. And then it just allows the fulcrum to make everything move.
Right. Which would be effectively the muscles that you would have, a human would have. Right.
Yeah. And it looks strange. It almost looks like there's a little bit of articulation here, which is kind of strange, just to give the relaxation you need in the mechanism it moves around. And potentially it could even sort of twist around here.
Does this look over-engineered for an elbow? Because at first I looked at it and I was like, obviously this is an elbow or maybe a knee.
Well, see what I'm thinking,
really engineered, over-engineered.
Well, see, what I'm thinking is that this mechanism here, maybe to get this to articulate. So let's say this is the elbow, but the problem is there's stuff that's happening past the elbow.
Right.
And you need to be able to say, well, wait a minute, how are we going to articulate what's past the elbow? So we've got to always bring things through there that's going to allow the articulation at the other ends.
Right.
So you're not just ending at the elbow. And so that's why I'm thinking there's something else going on here. And the reason I bring it up is, well, first.
Oh, actually, before you continue, go back to that other slide just really briefly.
Yep.
On the left of that is the Dojo computer, which was AI Day #1. So this is a little bit, in my mind, of a clue that it's more important than just a throwaway.
Right.
Because, that was a definite thing that they included in AI Day #1.
Yes. So it's there. It's some kind of mechanism. And if we look at the original AI Day slide here, we can kind of see there's some mechanism hidden in here, which I've been trying to figure out all along anyway. And I'll do a little bit of a close-up here. And maybe what they're doing is they're sort of revealing what that mechanism looks like now.
Right.
Because you do have a lot of different actuators up here that are doing something. I wasn't quite sure what this one was. And I was wondering if there was a linkage that came on down here, and then you've got to continue on. So it may be that they refine that. Could it be that we're actually looking up at the shoulder, and it's the actuating part up at the shoulder that then comes down to the elbow? Or are we actually looking at the elbow? I'm not sure.
So if that was the case, you'd actually be looking like under the armpit of the elbow, right? That would
could be. Who knows what direction we're looking at it? So it could be bottoms up or from a different direction. And I have something here to kind of show, this is. It's not uncommon to have what look like kind of over-engineered or complex looking mechanisms like this. Right. So, here's the elbow joint of a robot. And then the thing is that you've got these other linkages that go through here because you are trying to also deliver movement somehow past that elbow. So the elbow has to articulate on its own without having anything happen over here. And then you go ahead and have a separate articulation. So you see this mechanism is able to then move and actuate it. So in this case, they put all of the actuators way down here at the base. So the two actuators are able to make axis 1 and axis 2 move. And you do that with a bunch of crazy mechanisms or parallelograms going on through here. And then the other kind of solution to doing something very similar to that is like this, but you'll see that you've got one motor here, which is designed to drive this axis.
Right.
And then rather doing it through these parallelograms like I have over here, you actually have a motor that's, driving it right on there. And it simplifies the mechanism a little bit, but still you can see that you may have parallelograms in here to keep something to have a certain orientation that you prefer to have.
Right.
So I bring it up just because it kind of gives us a little bit of a hint that what they're doing in there is not out of the ordinary, but it's just very compact and they're trying to solve something. Right. And then lastly, I tried to come up with an idea of what was going on from Optimus from looking at the actual drawing. So you see, I tried to make it look like what was there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I had kind of a guess of what's going on here. And I don't know if this brings up my guess or proves it or not. Right here, we have a hinge joint for the elbow, and we may have some sort of articulation. And it could be it's a piston cylinder kind of thing that we are seeing there. Or in this case, I was thinking, well, maybe it actually rotates because in the picture it's there. So I was just going by what information they were giving us. And the way it works is that this is the pin joint, and you push something on here, and you have a little lever arm there that allows it to move around.
Right. And in that case, that would go back to where that yoke is, that sort of
yes, exactly. So this doesn't look at all like what's in that drawing, but I want everyone to get the idea that if you push on something like that and you have something that articulates it, you can move around here. Right. And then if we go back to it, and then if I go back from the beginning again here, and let's go take a look at these things. So it might be that this is somehow pushing up, and there's a lever here that causes it to rotate about maybe this axis here, which I assume is the actual elbow joint right in there. Okay. So that's a bit of a guess. And then them trying to get other things going on through here out to the end of the wrist.
Yeah. Crazy. So you're actually saying this is upright. So like it would be oriented like this is the way we're looking at it.
Maybe we're looking at it like this. Maybe is the hand going out like this. So
okay, because I was thinking upside down.
This is the upper arm, and
okay.
Could be down. And you never know. It could. See, I'm trying to think. What are these things doing? They're kind of coming in and doing nothing. I'm thinking that they would be going out and doing something. Right. They're connected in there, unless. I think they all kind of rotate about that. Right. It's an interesting mechanism. We'll see more details. Obviously, it's very grayed out. And
yeah. But I would expect that no matter what, we should see something about this come Friday.
Probably. There's probably going to be a slide on that. And I'll be all excited about that.
Or they may actually have a demo model available where you can actually play with it. Because when we went to the investor day, remember they had the motor that you could actually spin the, you could look at all the linkages inside the motor.
Exactly. So maybe they have something like that. So I'm looking forward to the 30th because not only because of this, but because Ian will be past us.
Yes, that'll be nice.
And either I'm cleaning up on the 30th or I'm watching the live stream, one or the other.
Or both.
I'll have to fit it into my schedule. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Well, good luck with that. And I know you've got to get out of here. Out of Tampa.
Yes.
I will let you go. But anyway, in the meantime, thank you so much for spending some time today while you were busy, kind of thinking about this. I saw it this morning and I've been teaching the whole day. So I sent it to you and I said, hey, look at this. Look at 5 minutes.
And I've been thinking about it. We've been trying to cram it in because literally after this, I'm going up to my roof. I'm taking down the dish. And then the smaller dish, I'm going to actually bring with me in case I, don't have internet wherever I am and see if that'll work. I think I'll still be in my cell. I'm not sure. Otherwise, I'll have to pay the RV mode. One of the others. Find out.
There we go. Oh, that's right. You'll have to go outside of it. So
we'll find out. We'll find out how well.
Well, you can always provide a. And by the way, I've been putting links to your channel in the description, so you can always do like a live stream from the supercharger when it gets ugly and.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. And we'll see if you get electrocuted if you're charging your Tesla and it rains.
Maybe don't do that during the height of the storm.
I'll do that. By the way, I'll get a kite out there with a key at the same
little
time.
Ben Franklin. We can charge it from the sky. So there you go. All right. Thanks so much. Good luck. Stay safe. And I will talk to you later.
Everyone else that's anywhere in the path of Ian, take care and go to higher elevations.
Right.
Absolutely. Take this seriously.
Yeah, the storm surge is going to be very, very bad.
I was joking. The only thing that would make me leave was like an invitation to AI Day, and that obviously didn't work. That threat. So
the threat of a 10-foot storm surge is probably another pretty good reason to leave. So.
Exactly. So
All right. Okay. Well, have a wonderful afternoon, and see you all later. Bye-bye.
Okay, and see everyone right after AI Day.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yep. Bye, John.